All right, welcome everybody to Pregame for Saturday Night Greyhawk. My name is DM Galabond. The players are gradually joining me in Roll20 and on Discord. And the music that you are hearing is from Syrinscape. This is from a sound set called Friendly Tavern, where the musicians are playing, the patrons are eating and drinking. There's bottles and cups clinking in the background. Syrinscape is a great application. It has all kinds of wonderful ambient sounds and incidental music for your tabletop games, fantasy games, sci-fi games, modern RPGs. They've got a sound set for just about everything. And a lot of sound sets for published Pathfinder and 5th edition D&D campaigns if you're running those. So check them out over at Syrinscape.com. Players, how are you all doing tonight?
Okay.
Great, how are you?
Good.
I've had an awesome weekend. Well, I got to go see the movie just a few hours ago, but I got to go to Sioux City yesterday and go to a concert of one of my favorite groups and stayed in a phenomenal Art Deco hotel. It was just,
cool.
Oh my God. So, yeah, it was a easy hour-and-a-half trip up there, hour-and-a-half back, and got to see a group of my favorite people.
Okay.
And then came back to a fantastic movie.
That is fun. That is fun. All right. Well, viewers and players, I'm going to go ahead and turn the music down a little bit and get into the recap from last week's session. All right. Last time, the party started off at a safe house / safe cottage up on the surface, well away from the temple proper. And they debated where to go and what to do next. And they said, there was that tunnel going down. Let's go check that out. So they went back down, came down the tunnel, and they discovered a welcoming committee. Now, one thing I think I was went back at the beginning of the week and was adding the chapters and everything, and I think somehow we all forgot. Does anybody remember in that discussion up at the cottage, did you decide that when you came down here, did you decide that you were bringing just the leader of the mercenaries, or did you decide you were also bringing 2 of the gnolls with you?
I remember.
Just the mercenary leader.
Okay.
To be in the tunnel and be able to go back and forth. Like they're going to have like 2 gnolls over at the tower, the rest over at the cottage. The tower is going to be fielded. And
all right.
Yeah.
Because when I was listening to it, I was thinking, oh, they wanted to take 2 of the gnolls down with them in the tunnel, and I never put them on the map, and they never asked me about them. So maybe I misunderstood, and they didn't want to bring the gnolls after all. So I was just going to figure out, okay, are these 2 gnolls going to show up after the fight is over and go, hey, what happened? Or were they are they just left up there kind of guarding the top of the tunnel to see what's, make sure that nothing comes the other way. So, all right. When you got down here, you discovered this. There was a thief who came out of invisibility and stabbed the bejesus out of somebody. And then there was a fight, and eventually that thief went invisible again and ran into this north room. There was a wizard who came out of the south room along with his nasty little closet familiar and started attacking everybody. And Min, I believe, was able to knock the Quasit unconscious, and Archimedes just did a coup de grace and killed it. And that seemed to hurt the wizard when that happened. Didn't kill him, but it hurt him. And so now, as the fight stands, we have Min and Archimedes sort of standing back. And by the way, Bob reached out to me today, said that he had been called into work and that he thought he might be late getting in, but he hoped he would be here. So
good to know.
Yeah. So he is probably en route at this point in time. Then Quint and Talon are sort of guarding that north door in case that thief tries to come out. And the wizard is kind of cornered over in the south corner, although Grayson got hit by Min's spell and he is currently asleep or unconscious. So there's a possible avenue of escape if the wizard can jump over him if he decides he's going to run. The wizard did say to the thief that probably better think about getting out of here. So you don't know what that means. And we are in the middle of a battle, so that means that it is time to change our soundtrack to the sounds of a battle. And Nico, you are the first in the round. So I would like to know what it is that you would like to do.
I'm going to role play it real quick. I'm going to do a good job here. Hold on. Sorry, I got the hideous laughter happening to me. So I'm
yes,
down.
You do.
And if I recall correctly, the wizard got hurt with the constitution loss from the familiar's death and was stunned.
Not stunned, but
just up a little bit.
Yeah.
That was my hideous laughter.
Right. I think actually the wizard made a saving throw against the effect of his Quasit dying. He also made a saving throw against Min's spell, so he is not stunned, but he definitely took some damage from that. And from when the Quasit died.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes. So
Urel is asleep this round and next round, and I'm on the ground laughing uproariously this round and weakened a little bit next round when I can get up.
Yeah. So that is what happens to you. Falrinth is going to take advantage of the fact that you are incapacitated for the moment. And he is going to say, "You damnable thief, you're on your own." And he is going to cast a spell. And his spell is His spell is this. All right. He will cast invisibility, 10-foot radius. And what that does is that affects every creature within 10 feet of him. So, creatures within 10 feet of him cannot see him. And in this edition, it means they also cannot see themselves. So if you are in that radius, that would be Burrell, Grayson, Min. Archimedes is just out of that radius. Quint and Talon are also just out of that radius. Quint and Talon, everybody, Min and everybody in this corner just disappear. You can still hear them, but they completely disappear. And they are no longer on... they are no longer visible. You can still hear Nico laughing, so you know he's there.
And we can't see ourselves?
Correct. You can't see yourself. You're you just vanish.
We blipped.
Yeah, you can still see everything around you, but Grayson disappeared, Nico disappeared, Burrell disappeared, and the wizard disappeared.
And we can't see our own bodies.
And you can't see your own body. You look over and you see Archimedes right next to you. I guess actually, the Quasit's dead, so the Quasit's corpse would still be there. It doesn't affect.
So how big is the Quasit again compared to a normal person?
Yeah, it's about 2 feet tall.
Okay. So I will walk over. I'm like, hey, guys. I must be a ghost. Ooh. She goes over and picks up the Quasit and begins like, ooh. If I can.
Quint and Talon, you guys are looking into the room to the north, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
How the chest close.
Yeah, saw the chest open and then close. All right. Okay, so... All right.
They found those glass balls on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah. And, oh, no, wait a minute. Wait just a second. Okay, so... All right, Min.
Mm-hmm.
You reappear.
Oh!
Then...
Now that's no fun!
Now Nico and the leader reappear. Now Grayson reappears. Okay. Alright. And yes, the wizard, for all intents and purposes, is gone. Now I need to make a check for this guy. Online die roller. Burrell appears to just be shaken, and he's looking around frantically. When he comes back, he says, "What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?"
Huh?
And then that's all.
Meanwhile, I'm standing there holding this Quasit going, oh.
Okay, Min, you are now up.
Okay. So yeah, I had gone, ooh, I'm a ghost, and picked up the Quasit, was like trying to make a puppet out of it, and then suddenly I reappear and I'm like, oh. And she puts it back down on the ground. So, that was interesting. I didn't do that, by the way. She kind of wipes her hands off.
Yeah.
And kicks the Quasit a little bit.
Okay, so what do you want to do? It's your turn.
Well, since we no longer can see,
No, you can see. You can see yourself now. Yeah, everything
the bad guys.
Oh,
the bad
okay. Yeah,
guys.
you can no longer see.
They went poof. Okay. You said this room is. Did that lady ever come out of this room?
Nope.
Okay. And she kind of looks at the others and goes. She just kind of shrugs and goes, "There's not much I can do right now, guys. I'm down to one spell." So, yeah.
All right. You do have a movement. Do you want to move anywhere, or do you want to just?
I can go over here, and is this door open?
Yeah, this door is open. You can see into this room now.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Would you like to know what you see in there?
Yes, I would like to know what I see in there before I move into the room.
Okay, 337. Let's see. Scroll down. All right. Okay. This room is obviously the chamber of a magic user. A thaumaturgic triangle stands at the threshold. The shelving which girdles the place is filled with all sorts of stuffed and mummified animals and such. A cloak with strange runes hangs near the east door. A large bed is here with a small cabinet, a stool, and a writing table with an oddly branched candle holder, a brazier, and a pair of hanging lamps near the bed. A wall cresset is set in the southeast corner, opposite the bed. A rush mat covers the plain floor. A parchment with runes hangs on the east wall by a door. Another on the south wall opposite the entrance seems to be a map of the dungeon level.
Dun dun dun. So I am going to take my toe and smudge this thing here. Unless it's engraved in the floor.
It is not engraved. It appears to be put in there with something. You're not sure whether it's chalk or whatnot, but when you rub your foot across it, it doesn't smudge.
Oh, okay. Well, fudge. So I would like to try to leap over it into the room. To enter the room.
Okay. Enter the room without stepping on it. That's basically what you're trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so let's see in this effect jumping page 82. All right. So, jumping, the character can attempt exceptional leaps. Oh, this is a proficiency. The character has at least 20-foot running start. He can leap a broad jump, 2d6 plus his feet and level. No character can broad jump more than 6 times his height. With the same start, he can leap vertically, 1d3 plus half his level and feet. No character. Okay, from standing start. I was just wanting to see if there's anything that says.
I was trying to
Without you don't have the jumping feet or the jumping proficiency, do you?
But if I stand in the doorway and I try to step over or around, just huge step to put a foot here and then put a foot here, can I do that? Or big huge steps? Okay, no. If you have the proficiency, so I'm gonna say that your totals are halved without the proficiency. Okay.
If you have the proficiency, you broad jump 1d6 plus half your level in feet. So you're 4th level, so you would broad jump a maximum of 1d6 plus 2 feet divided by 2. So the farthest you could jump is 4 feet. That's if you get a full roll.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to jump all the way across it.
Okay. Even just a corner, or do I take up like a whole? When my character is like here, I take up a whole 5
You
foot.
could, yeah, you could. Okay, you could stand here and try to leap over here, and you can roll a 1d6 and add 4, and we'll divide it by 2. Or no, 1d6, add 2, and we'll divide it by 2. Because it's half your level. So 5 divided by 2 is 3. So let's... If you're here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, you can get across that little corner.
Okay. So that's pretty much I
So
get to
you
that
can-
corner and then move in completely.
So
And that's the end of my
5, 10, 15. Yeah, okay. 25, yeah. All right, so you are in the room. All right, it's the end of
Okay.
your turn.
Yep.
Okay, Talon. You are up. You're looking into this room up here.
And I couldn't see what was taken out of the chest. I just know that something was taken out of the chest because it turned invisible when she grabbed it.
Yep.
But I know she's in the square.
You know she is in the square. You can take, I believe in this edition, I'm going to look back at the player's handbook. I think it's, you take a -4. We were talking about this last time. I think you take a -4 to attack invisible creatures. Does that sound right?
It sounds right.
I think that's what I'm looking for.
So let me just... it's a DMG. Invisibility. Alright, so go ahead and make an attack and we'll resolve it once I get this all verified. 161. Okay, okay. Alright, second invisible friend and foe, protecting invisible, invisible creatures are not silent, alright, effects are, okay. Okay, suspicious. Yep, he can attack with a -4 penalty on his chance to hit.
Okay, I'll just put the -4 in the miss bonus.
Okay. AC of 6. Nope. It goes over and clatters against the far wall. Not hitting anything. How many sling balls do you get per round?
I just get 1.
Okay. Alright. So you're there in a door. Do you want to move? Do you want to do anything else?
I'm staying right in this door to block the way to where
Okay.
she's going to have to go through me and Quint to get out.
Okay. In that case, we are up to Burrell. And the mercenary leader is going to call out, the wizard disappeared. I'm going to see if I can find anything. And he comes in and he is going to 6 plus. Okay, so he makes a 3-foot leap as well. Kind of follows in Min's footsteps. So that's 1, 2, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then steps over here next to this door over here. And he points out something hanging next to the door, a sign hanging next to the door. And he says, what do you make of this? There's okay. There's letters. There's large letters on the parchment on the east wall, and it looks like it's something about the door. Do you wish to read it?
I'm sorry. Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm like, what? Huh? Yes, actually, I would like to read this because I'm curious.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Yikes.
Yikes.
Okay. I need you to roll a saving throw against spells.
Oh, dear.
And Burrell is going to have to roll a saving throw against spells as well.
Saving throw against spells is... what again? Sorry.
You go to your saving throw, which I think is on your tracker, is that it?
There it is. Spells. DC or a 12 is the target.
Yeah, so if you click the little button, it ought to roll it for you. Okay. All right. You succeed. Burrell fails.
Oh, no.
When you read that, the parchment that the warning is written on explodes. And it explodes with some quite lethal damage with fire. It's a fiery explosion, and you will take...
Been nice knowing you guys.
You will take half of 17 points of damage. And Burrell will take... So you will take 8 points of damage, and Burrell will take 16 points of damage.
I am now down to 0 hit points.
And you were at 13. Did you take an injury during the battle last time? What were you down to? You were down to 7? Or 8. You were down to 8? You were down to 8? Okay. All right. So you hear... Quint and Talon, you hear an explosion in the wizard's room, and you see this fiery glow. You see Burrell just kind of shield himself and lean over, and you hear Min give a strangled cry, and she is down. She is down on the ground.
Carrying something.
And so she is prone. Now, let's see. Okay. When a character reaches 0 hit points, that character is slain. Character is immediately dead and unable to do anything unless some specialized magical effect takes precedence. Okay. I
believe we were using the optional rule with Death's Door.
Death's Door. And let me take a look at that in the... I think that's probably going to be the... Okay. Injury and death. Okay. Special damage, energy drain. No. Yeah. Where is the character death? Okay. Hovering at Death's Door. Yes, you might find this rule, a character can remain alive until his hit points reach -10. As soon as the character reaches 0, he falls to the ground unconscious. Therefore, he automatically loses 1 hit point every round. Okay, so, yes. So you are at 0, and you are on the ground, bleeding out from the weeping wounds caused by the hideous fire from the door, or from that piece of parchment. And Burrell is like, ah! He's trying to put the flames out on himself. That's his turn. Quint, you are up.
Well, Quint kind of wonders what the heck is going on that other room. He probably heard Mim. So since it looks like Talon's kind of got this door covered, he's going to run down into this room here.
Okay.
And then he's got a healing potion that he will... I'm seeing Min on the floor. He's got a healing potion he'll dump down her throat.
Okay. In this edition, I think healing potion is 2d4 plus 2.
Yep, that's what I have. So.
All right. So you can go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, I didn't add the 2, so 7.
7. All right. Min, there's an explosion. The world goes black. Your eyes flutter open. A moment later, there's the taste of a healing potion in your mouth. Quint is leaning down over you, cradling your head, and all your clothing is burned. Your skin is charred and burned, and Burrell is over there putting out flames on his clothing and everything. And you're laying on the floor, but you're alive.
I'm alive.
You have 7 hit points.
She looks
Smoking
over.
backwards,
don't do that.
I hate you. Not you. Him.
Okay. Quint, anything else? I guess that's a move and action.
Yeah, I think that's probably about it for me.
All right. Let's see. The next thing that happens is, let me take a look at the adventure here. Okay. All right. next thing that happens is that Talon, you get attacked. You get attacked, and is your AC 3 or worse?
My AC is 4.
Okay. Right here at the door next to you, the rogue appears. She has stabbed her long sword into you, and you can feel the burning of the liquid that is on the blade. I need you to make a saving throw against poison.
Uh-oh.
Okay. That is a failure. But let me double check what is the power of that poison, because you get you get a +3 bonus
Nice.
to the saving throw because of the type of poison it is. Which means that you only take, instead of taking the maximum damage, you take the minimum damage. You take 1d4 in each of the next 2 rounds. So, immediately you will take immediately you will take 2 points of damage plus the damage from the sword, which is 10. So you take a total of 12 damage from that blow. And you can still feel the poison burning. So you know that that poison is still affecting you. So Talon is now bloodied. And the thief is visible. And you can see that the thief is now wearing a belt around her waist. It is not a belt made of leather. It is a belt made of velvet. And it appears to be bulging as though it's got things in it. So, that is that. Grayson, let's go and see. I don't see Tony. So, Grayson is still asleep for one more round. Which, let's do this. I'll change that to a 1. And Archimedes, did Bob get here yet?
No.
Okay. Archimedes is not here, so let's see. What would Archimedes do?
Shoot 2 legs, maybe?
I think Archimedes probably would shoot the thing. So, oh well, he's got. Yeah, that's a poison. That's a poison arrow. So you're the brave one, Talon. You're right up in melee. Archimedes is going to move over here to get a bead on her and is going to fire. So. Two shots. Oh, 2 hits. Wow. Nice. And then the damage is that 5 from the first one, 7 from the second one. Okay. Count goes down by 2. All right. Talon. Since Bob isn't here to answer the question, how do Archimedes' arrows kill this rogue?
They just go in each eye socket and take her down.
Okay. She falls over and says, "Curses!" Then she crumples to the ground.
Oiled again.
Yes. All right. Nico. All right. With Tasha's uncontrollable, hideous laughter.
I can get up is at a -2 to attack and a -2 to damage, having lower strength by 2 for a round.
Yep. So you are, you're still affected by the spell, but you're not prone anymore.
So I'll get up. I'll come over here and I'll do first aid on my 2 friends and just give them a D, because first aid can happen within a turn of whatever the damage occurred.
Okay.
So I can heal them for 1d3.
Okay. So roll a 1d3 for Min and a 1d3 for Burel.
Can we just do a d6 divided in half? I can do a roll, I just command with a 3.
You can do /R space 1d3.
Forgot about that command. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one is for who?
Min. I would always go to her first.
Okay, Min, you get 1 more
I'm
hit
not very
point.
good at this. I'm laughing still.
Okay. And Burel
trying.
gets 1. Okay. So,
And here's Bob.
oh, hey Bob. You just missed your heroic moment.
You were epic, sir.
Yeah.
Sure, Bob.
Well, he's in the Roll20, but he's not on the Discord just yet. All right, we'll have to tell him when he gets into the Discord. All right, so anything else for you, Nico?
I'm going to get up and go back out here. I'm going to do some healing magic next time, but I'm going to guard my group's back so nothing else can come surprise us from the other side.
Okay. All right. Then in that case, something else happens. 2, 15.
Finish my move. I'll stand right here on guard duty.
Okay. When Bob gets here, Bob gets in the Discord, somebody tell him what he did.
Okay. my turn?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll tell you when your turn comes up. Let's see. So we'll do this. Oh, that's right. This happens. And then okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Okay, that's not a very good go box, dude. All right. Now, Min, it is your turn.
Hey. So I will thank Grayson and
You mean
Nico.
Quint?
Sorry. What am I looking at?
You're
Who was the one that
looking-
gave me the healing potion?
I think
Yeah,
Grayson's name's over my picture.
Yeah, you're looking at Quint right here.
Okay. Sorry, it says Grayson.
No, because the name is always underneath the token. It's not on the token.
Okay. So anyway, she thinks Quint tries to brush off herself and then deals with the burns. She's like, ow. And then she turns around and she slaps the Merker leader and says, "Get out! Just get out! You are not a magic user. You screwed us over. That was important information. And you just lost it. Out, out, out." She get out.
Oh, by the way, the message that you read, he tries to, him and Ha, the message that you read was a warning not to open this door.
Which door?
This door here.
Oh, gotcha,
that
okay.
was what exploded. The warning itself exploded.
Okay. I'm like, get out.
So he goes over here and he bends down to see
anything.
He kneels down to see what he can do for Grayson.
And then she will. I'd like to search the room. We're not in combat anymore, are we?
Actually, that's a good
Sorta?
point. That's a good point. Thank you for reminding me that I can change the soundscape once I figure out what we do. Okay, we're going to change it to this. Okay, now. All right, you are now
Okay.
in the search mode.
Perfect. So, what do I need to roll to look around? I am looking for important spell components, things that I can steal.
Okay, I'll reiterate what is here. This room is obviously the chamber of a magic user. A thaumaturgic triangle stands at the threshold, and clearly that didn't do anything because Quint ran right over it and nothing happened. The shelving which girdles the place is filled with all sorts of stuffed and mummified animals and such. A cloak with strange runes hangs near the east door. So that is the door next to the sign that blew up. A large bed is here with a small cabinet, a stool, a writing table, and an oddly branched candle holder, a brazier, and a pair of hanging lamps near the bed. A wall cresset is set in the southeast corner opposite the bed. A rush mat covers the plain floor. A parchment with runes no longer hangs on the east wall. It exploded by the door. Another parchment on the south wall opposite the entrance seems to be a map of the dungeon level.
So I will, first of all, go over and look at the map. And
You're
look to see.
going to read the map?
I am going to read the map.
Okay. If you are going to read the map, I need for you to make a saving throw against spells.
You're about
All
to
right.
get it again.
I know. She's trying to stand back as far as possible. Yay! Hey.
Okay. All right. Saved against spells. So you, all right, yeah, okay, Min, yeah. If you're going to read it, you've got to be like up here. You can't stay.
Right.
Yeah. There's no reading it from across the room.
You're no fun.
Hey, them's the rules. You say you're reading it, that means you get up close to it. Okay, you take half of 21, which means you take 10 points of damage.
So now I'm down to -2. She Quint's there, and she's like,
the map
and it goes
explodes.
In her
the map
face.
explodes in fire.
She squeaks, squeals, and falls over.
And she crumples
and is
to
on
the
fire.
ground yet again, and is on fire. Wow, this just happened to her.
The only magic user in the history of Dungeons and Dragons that was eating the pages out of the books and not reading them.
So yes, and Burrell says. Burrell looks at Quint with his terrified look. Said, "It wasn't my fault." And the fire, Quint, the explosion reaches out into this square, but it doesn't get to you. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anything else burning besides Min?
No. The papers on the desk are singed a little bit. The map itself is completely destroyed.
Okay.
Do you want to read the papers on the desk now?
By the way, your teammate is on death's door.
Yeah, she's on death's door again. She's at -2.
Like unconscious
So-
on the floor again.
So we're out of initiative?
Yeah, technically,
By the way, you
yes,
guys
we are.
gave her the greater potion of healing.
Yeah, I know. I was going to come take that and pour it down your throat, but I was waiting whether for initiative or for...
Yeah, we're out of initiative.
So Nico hears another explosion, is no longer laughing, so he'll run into the room, remembering that he asked Min to carry that potion of extra healing, takes it out of her pouch and pours that down her throat, and he does then first aid on her as well.
Okay,
You might
now,
wanna put the fire out.
yeah, we can say you put the fire out as you do that. So, Nico, now you remember that quality about that thing you can do.
I'm doing the whole thing. I'm going to pour the whole thing down her throat.
Okay, it's 3d8 plus 3.
So she's probably full. But go ahead. Min, you can roll your own hit. I'll let you roll your hit dice to see how your body recovers.
Yeah, so /r space 3d8 plus 3.
Okay. And within the next minute, I'll also do first aid on the burn, so she'll get another 3 on top of that.
Okay.
Ow.
You're
19.
probably...
Yeah, you're at full. What was that -1 for, Min?
What -1?
In your...
Oh, in my healing?
No,
that was just
in a little
showing
red
the-
circle.
Oh. I don't remember.
Okay.
Seriously.
So
I didn't put it there. You did.
Oh, I must have done it when... I must have done it for some effect that you were on. Okay, so I'm just going to...
Oh,
delete
poisoned. I was poisoned by the quasit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Poison.
-1 to dex.
-1 to dex, yes. Okay. So...
Does this heal the poison?
No.
Nope. It just... You're at full hit points, but you wake up once again. This time, Nico is over you. You're on the ground, and you're burned yet again. Except now, the only thing that's burned is your clothing. Your skin, while it is covered in soot, you wipe it over, and it's just nice, fresh, smooth, clean skin underneath
So Min
there.
looks up at the rest of you and she kind of sniffles and she's like, I'm sorry, I was just trying to look at the map so that we could figure out where we were and I burned it. I'm sorry.
DM,
Yes.
you haven't done my second damage.
Oh, yeah, your second damage, you just take 1d4.
And then I'll do first aid on you and to help with the...
So you take 2 more damage. Oh.
Down to 7. I'm going to use my last potion of healing.
Okay. So it's 2d4 plus 2, I think.
And 1 from me coming over and putting a bandage and cleaning out the wound.
Okay, so... And 7 more, so he's up to 15. And he's no longer bloodied. All right. Well, you have a...
And I'm going to give the last healing potion I had to Burrell and have him drink it. It's the same as everyone's. It's the ones I bought from the priest when I bought like 6 of them.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah, to Burrell.
Then Min will actually rummage around in her what's left of her pouch and pull out 2 regular potions of healing and like hold them up like, here, I'll pay you back.
And the mercenary leader just holds up his hand and waves it off and says, no, thank you. You better keep those. If you have them, then we know where they are if we need them.
If I may suggest, 1 on you and 1 on Talon if he's out of potions, so that 2 different people have a potion on them.
I still have a couple left, so I don't need 1 min. Yeah, Talon would be a good choice.
Yeah.
All right. So I give 1 to Talon.
All right.
Thank you.
Archimedes, would you mind loaning 1 to Burrell in case he needs to get somebody up or he gets close to the death's door? You can hold on to it. I'll pay you back.
I would have liked to have given, but I already used up mine.
Oh, I thought that was Archimedes' voice. That must have been Quint's voice.
Yeah, I can give Burrell 1, so he's got that way it's spread out a little bit.
Yeah, so
okay.
if you get close to death, save yourself, or if somebody goes down, you have the means to get them up.
Or if Min reads anything else, then...
Okay, everybody get out of the room. I'll look at the papers.
Min stands up.
Have none of you all learned your lesson?
And she kind of like looks down at her burned clothes that pretty much are incinerated. And she's kind of like, she kind of looks at him and goes, can you check to see if that cloak is okay for me to put on, or if there's clothes or something around here? Because this is embarrassing.
Yeah, I can't tell. We would need Arcturus here to be able to detect if it had evil on it or not. But I do have resist fire, resist cold prepared from playing Adden. And so if you all leave, I can look through the rest of the 2 rooms. And if something else explodes, I'll take much less damage.
She points to the door that the first sign was on. She said, the thing that blew up over there when I was trying to read it said not to go through that door. There was a warning. Of course, then it blew up. But can you look to see if there's any spell books in here or something that looks like spell books too?
So let's all look around but not touch anything. And then when you see things that we need to touch, everyone back out and I'll prepare myself to go around looking and touching things.
Okay.
Nico, the mercenary, and Min will both tell you that they never touched the parchments. They just read them, and reading them is what triggered them and caused them to explode.
So don't read anything.
Well, then
it's a room full of books.
Okay, so
don't read anything.
Do you all want to step out and I'll do it real quick?
Okay.
I'm searching the
spell book.
Okay, so Talon is going to go into the north room, search the Half-Orc, and start searching that room. Does anybody want to help him?
Quint will go with him.
Okay, Quint will go with him. Min, are you
Min's
getting
paraploid
out?
at this
Are you
point in time.
getting?
Yes.
Are you getting out of that room?
Yes.
Okay, you can go ahead and move your token. And then Nico, you're going in that room, and so you can move your token in there. And we will.
I'm doing two things preparing myself. One, I'm
Okay.
going to pour one of my water flasks all over myself. And then two, I'm going to cast resist fire on myself.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to quickly scan through everything in the next 5 minutes to see if anything blows up in my face.
Okay. All right. Talon, we're going to start with you. You are looking at the Half-Orc. She is wearing very fancy leather armor. And she has a very fancy shield. She has a sword that is coated in a. She has a sword that is coated in a liquid substance that appears to be fast drying. It's kind of just evaporating rather quickly. And there is in her sword belt, there is a short sword. You can see the hilt of that. She is wearing a other than her armor and just some leather breeches, she has a velvet belt that looks like it was hastily donned. It was not on her when she was when she first saw you. And as you look at that belt, it is heavy. Part of it clinks with coins. Other parts of it, as though there are multiple compartments in it, have the feel of maybe holding some hard stone-like things, perhaps gems, in there. And then there's the whole room to look at.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull the sword out and the short sword and kind of lay it on her chest along with the long sword.
Okay, the short sword looks very, very fancy and shiny, kind of like her very fancy armor and her very fancy shield.
Okay, and I am going to try this.
Okay, let me take a look and see. Okay. Ooh. Just. All right. The short sword that came out of her scabbard that glows, her armor glows, and her shield glows.
Okay.
The armor and the short sword glow a dull red. The shield glows a slightly brighter red.
Okay.
And you interpret that as meaning that the short sword and the armor are slightly less magical than the shield is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. and I will search the rest of the room.
Okay, for the rest of the room, actually, let me go and tell Nico what he found, and then I'll come back to you. All right.
Where I go around and risk getting blown up a third time, because it's going to happen. I'm willing to waste my aid spell on myself as well. So I have resist fire and aid on myself for the next 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay. I just want to see what. Okay. The cabinet contains clothing and several books. Unremarkable works of history and botany. The odd candle holder is it looks like it's made of you're a dwarf. It looks like it's made of slightly tarnished electrum. When you lick your finger and you rub on it, it's shiny electrum. Looks pretty pure. That might be valuable. And that's kind of it in here. Not in this room, no. Let me see what. Okay, Nico, what was your D8 for your? Yeah. What that was?
I told you I used an aid.
Okay.
Because I expected there to be something else on the notes on the desk, opening the desk drawers, moving the books around. I'm basically quickly ransacking the room to see if I set off any other explosions on myself.
Okay. You're going over here. You're going over here to open this door?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. When you open this door, in fact, nothing does explode. There is no explosion. You are only warned not to open, and by reading the warning, you caused an explosion. You guys meaning the party. All right. So when you go into this room here, the door to the east opens into a 10-foot square workroom. Inside are a few bottles containing various spell components, a bench, 6 staves of various woods, and 6 metal, bone, and ivory rods. A sheaf holds 9 wands. Here is also a brass chest protected by a lock, iron binding, and a hasp with a large padlock. So there's a lock set into the chest. Then on top of it, there is another hasp that also has a second padlock on it. So it's a 2-lock box.
Today must be Tuesday. So nothing that blows up in my face when I look around and read?
When you look around and read, no.
All right. Well, I feel kind of silly for using my spells, but I come out and I'm like, okay, nothing exploded in my face, but there's more stuff in there.
Okay. So I'll then creep back in and...
Talon, there's a locked box in there, too, with 2 locks.
Okay, before Talon goes in there, Talon is going to look in the other room. Talon, the room that you are in, this plainly furnished 20-foot square room is obviously the residence of someone interested in weapons of unusual sorts. Hanging on the wall are a man-catcher and several sorts of punching daggers, sprouting from metal gauntlets, double-bladed with shark skin, cross grip, and others. Here are wavy-bladed knives, double-pointed knives, center-hilted knives, falchions, and a semicircle of 7 matched throwing knives around a buckler with a wicked center spike. Barbed javelins, a short spear with a very broad leaf-shaped blade, an array of maces with oddly shaped heads, a wolf with an open mouth for one, a clenched draconian forepaw for another, and others are also here. A light crossbow with a double track for firing a pair of bolts simultaneously hangs on one wall. Furnishings include a narrow cot, a small stand, a table, 2 chairs, a bench, a stool, a bucket with a lid, a wardrobe, and a heavy chest with an iron hasp and padlock. Dishes and foodstuffs are on the table and on a nearby shelf. Several bottles are also on the shelf. As you look around, none of the other weapons give off any kind of aura. They are all mundane in appearance.
Okay. Well, I will. I'll dispel that, and I will go to the. I'm gonna search, see if I find a key on her.
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna go over the chest and unlock it.
Okay. The chest contains normal clothing of various sorts, merchants' clothing, laborers' clothing, and others. It's like either this person had a variety of jobs, or they had different sets of clothing so they could pose as someone who does different kinds of jobs. There's a vial that is stoppered, a glass vial which is stoppered, and it is a very thin kind of globe-shaped glass. Looks like it would very easily shatter if it struck any sort of hard object. There is a vial, another vial that looks like a potion vial. And there's a leather case. And when you open that leather case, there are 6 small bottles inside. And as you look at those, those look like maybe viscous sorts of liquids of various different varieties. You also give me a check. I want to take a look at your rogue abilities real quick. Okay. Make a just an intelligence check at -2. And yes, I'm going to put all this stuff in the... Oh, okay. So -2. You did, in fact, you just were able to detect that there's something curious about the lid. When you open the lid of this chest, the top of the lid and the bottom of the lid don't match up. It's like there's a void or a space in between the top and the bottom of the lid.
Okay, so I'm gonna look and see if there's some catch where I can pop the inside out.
Okay, while you search for that, let's go back into the wizard's room. Min,
Yes.
what were you doing?
I was now going to go around and pretty much look at everything that was left behind and like rifle through books. I'm looking for a possible grimoire or other spells, and going to pick up the cloak.
Yep.
And then go into the other room and look at the wands and the staves to see if they're complete and can be sold.
Nico's going to mention to you to keep your eye out for secret doors and stuff too, and That way we can both be looking for
I
that.
point over to the wall where the map used to be and say, "Why don't you look over there? I'm sure it was protecting something."
Yeah, the map was like right here.
Or, well, yeah.
Okay.
Or something.
So, Min, you're coming in here, and yes, let me see. You were looking at all of those. Okay. There's various spell components in bottles, and those. And when it says various spell components, I am going to a few bottles. So we are going to roll /R 1d4 plus 2. There are 3 bottles of spell components. So since the adventure does not tell me, Min, as long as they are mundane things that your spells require, you have bottles of 3 of those such things.
Okay.
When I say mundane things, it's not like basilisk eyes, or powdered diamond dust or things of that nature that has a GP value. It would be like your spell says it requires a sprig of belladonna, or it requires, crushed leaves of a eucalyptus tree or something like that. Those kind of more mundane things, spider silk, stuff of that nature.
Okay.
You can find that, but not anything that has a gold piece value, or that has, you'd have to go out and kill a monster to get it.
Okay.
So, you can figure out what those will be and add those to your inventory. 3 different bottles.
Okay.
Then let's see. Then you were looking at those staves. There are 6 staves of various woods, complete in the sense that yes, they are complete to the right length, but they don't have any kind of runes or sigils or anything carved into them. It's like they are. It's almost like they're blanks that are ready to be, have been prepared so that they could be carved and created into magical staves. But you would have to do some testing on them, but you don't think that they in and of themselves are magical. Okay. And the rods, very similar. 6, 2 of them are metal, 2 of them are bone, and 2 of them are ivory. They again look like blanks that could be prepared and could be turned into magical rods. You'd have to test them to be sure, but you don't think that they are. And a shelf holds 9 wands. Now these wands do look a little fancy. Okay. There might be something to them. Again, of course, you'd have to test. But those might actually be something.
Okay.
And then that little thing on the south wall that you see there, this little box that you see, that is an iron or a brass. Wait, brass or bronze? It's a brass chest protected by a lock, an iron binding, and then a second hasp with a large padlock.
Well, I'm not going to mess with that one. I'll let the experts handle the locks. What can I find out about this cloak?
It has. Oh, oh, God bless it. What did it say it had? Cloak with strange runes hangs near the east door. So it's just got a bunch of strange runes on it. Without taking time to look at it or study it or anything, they're not anything that you know. But then again, as a trained wizard or a trained magic user, you know that there are lots of different schools of magic, and there's lots of different ways that magic users and wizards come by their magic. And so runes are oftentimes a personal or at least they are designed within a tradition, and the same effect may be done by different runes depending on what school of magic you learned that from. Who your teacher was. It's basically like following different teachers of Stoic philosophy. Some teachers will have.
It's not really a magic cloak. It's
just a cloak that has designs on it.
Okay. So I go ahead, wrap that around myself, pull off my backpack or my pack, and shove the wands, the blanks, the wand blanks, and then the magical wands in there.
Okay. There's the rod. In this edition, there's rods and there's wands. The wands are. Well, there's staves and rods and wands. Now a staff is like 6 feet tall, so you can't just stick that
I know
in the
I can't
backpack.
put those in there. I was just gonna bundle those and.
Yeah, the rod is. I think the rod is like 3 feet long.
Okay.
And usually,
then I'll just bundle those with the staves and just bind them up so that they can be carried.
Yeah,
because
the wands would be the wands would be short enough to put into
and then put the wands in, and then the spell components, and grab the books that look worth my while.
Yeah, the books are basically treatises on botany and history. None of them appear to be magical. It would be like interesting for a student of botany or a student of history.
If nothing else, I can sell it.
Yeah, the botany might be worthwhile if you are looking for mundane spell components and you need leaves of certain kind of plants. It might help you identify what plants there are. So yeah, it could be useful in that respect.
All right. That's about it. So I bagged that stuff up for now, and then still disgusted about my clothes.
While you're starting to bag up the wands, I suggest that you show them the Archimedes in the room. He might be able to help you know what they are.
I yell out, "Hey, there's a bunch of clothes in here."
Anything that looks like it'll fit me?
I'm sure there's something we can make do to cover all that.
Okay. Nico, before we leave this room, what do you roll to look for different things?
Here's the only one that would apply probably for me. I also suggested Min and Archimedes look for secret doors, and I suggested that Archimedes come over and take a look at those wands and that robe that Min was talking about, because as a bard, he might know what some of that stuff is.
Okay. Well, Min went up into the north room, so Archimedes, you can follow her in there if you
Have
need
them,
to.
but it's like I would rather go get clothes first because, well,
Okay.
I'm semi-indecent.
All right. Yeah, you're... this is more of a Gilligan's Island. Everything blew up and burned your dress, and it's all kind of tattered. It's not a Game of Thrones. Your dress is pulled half off of you. So
no, but it's still things are a little breezy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure I have burnt holes in my clothing currently.
It's more about being the character being comfortable and not more about ooh.
Correct. It's kind of a, well, crap, my clothes are all ruined, so
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right, Nico. Yeah. You can tell that right over here there is, in fact, a secret door.
Hey, guys, I don't want to open this without you here. And Talon, there's a brass or bronze chest for you to look at in a minute. But I found a secret door.
But it's not immediately obvious how that opens.
A hammer opens all doors.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to get Talon's help first.
Okay. All right. Now, back up into the other room. Talon. And anybody else that is not having a turn, if there's something you want to do, shout out. I'll give you a chance to do something.
I'm going to ask Grayson and Burrell to watch this room for a second and just look for secret doors over here, too. And I'll mention to everybody that there's a secret door over there that Talon should look at.
Well, Archimedes ought to take that leather armor off that Half-Orc, if it'll fit him. And that shield's magical, too. They're both magical.
Okay. All right. So Burrell and Grayson will stand watch here. They'll just kind of keep an eye on things to make sure that nobody comes around that shouldn't.
We'll go rummaging in the closet or wherever there's clothes.
So, Talon, you found a hidden compartment in the lid of that chest. Chest has a false top. It's okay. You can tell that it has a false top. So what would you like to do? Would you like to open it or?
Yeah, I'd like to open it. I'm assuming there's a point on there that's got a catch or something. I can just pop it open.
Okay, you pop it open, and I need you to make a saving throw against poison. This is a Gary Gygax module.
Yeah, no, I should have checked for traps.
Part before you pick.
Okay, and let's see what was the. No, I haven't seen it yet. If you've rolled it. Oh, okay. 2 rolls. Your first roll. Yes, it's a save. As you find the catch and you pull the catch, there is a little mechanical thung, and a needle shoots out and just misses your finger and sticks into the side wall of the chest, and that needle is coated with some sort of a liquid.
It's a shame we had to kill that woman.
a viscous liquid, but it does not cause a puncture wound, and it does not get into your system. So, in that secret compartment, you find that it is empty.
That seems odd.
It might be the velvet belt that the lady put on, because remember she had that weird looking velvet belt.
Yeah, that's true. With the gems in it.
Yep.
Yep.
Probably that was her ghost dash, and she got it to go. All right, then so you've already found everything else that was in that chest. Min.
Yeah.
There's clothing. Normal clothing of various sorts. There's merchant clothing. This is all for women. This is all women's clothing, but it's sized for that half-orc, so you could take it in and, cinch it up. There's plenty of material there, but it kind of would look like a tent with you wearing it as a half-elf.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much what she'll do, is she's going to...
Yeah, there's merchant clothing, laborer's clothing. There's like a...
She'll probably go get the merchant
commoner clothing. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Something that looks rugged enough to handle rummaging around underground, and then she will...
You can always grab... you can always grab another set in case you run into any more exploding maps or exploding signs that you can't resist reading.
You said there was a belt there too, right?
What?
No, there's a velvet belt that the thief was wearing, and the conjecture is she got that out of that secret compartment in the lid of the thing, because it was filled with... Oh, yes. So I guess at some point somebody would check that. The belt has 30 gems, 26 bloodstones, and 4 zircons. There are 2 pieces of jewelry that look very fancy and probably quite expensive. And then another pouch within that velvet belt holds 50 platinum coins. And yes, in the treasure thing, all this will be detailed, because there's a boatload of stuff.
I was also going to say that Min could use the belt for any of the clothing.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you. On her person, I told you about the functional stuff she has. She also wears 2 earrings that look very fancy. There's underneath the velvet belt, there is a leather belt that is inset with very fancy jewels. And the purse where you found the key to the chest also contains 7 gold pieces and 12 electrum pieces.
Who's a high dollar assassin?
Yeah.
But yeah, Quint could totally use that longsword if he was asking for it. Archimedes could probably wear that leather armor and get it like readjusted and put it on. And,
just to be clear, the longsword did not glow. The short sword glowed.
So maybe Talon with the short sword then.
Yeah, the short sword glowed.
Yeah, I already took
the leather armor glowed, and the shield glowed, and the longsword is the one that she kept coating with her with the poisons that she was using.
Does Burrell use a shield or no shield?
Let me see. Let me double check on his character sheet.
Everybody done in her room?
Nico reminds Archimedes.
Yes, I'm done.
Archimedes, men, take a quick look for secret doors in that room.
And
Burrell has a shield, yes, and it is magical.
Okay, never mind then.
So Min comes out looking like a child in their mother's clothing. Like,
a 16, 17-year-old in their mom's clothing, sure. Because remember,
just
as
a
a
little
half-elf,
too big.
remember, as a half-elf, you're just about almost the size of a human. You still have that range. You can be shorter or taller within that range, but you're not a bordering on a small creature like you were with the other.
Weren't half-orcs in this edition smaller than humans, though?
They were bulkier.
A little bulkier,
So-
but I don't think they were quite as tall.
Man,
So
if you take a look for any secret doors, do you see anything in the Half-Orcs room since you were getting some clothes out of there?
No, I didn't look. Sorry. Finding sneaky doors is not my forte.
Yeah, but you had a natural gift for finding valuable things, so we have faith in you.
Okay. And Quint, you've been kind of quiet. Archimedes, you've been kind of quiet. What are you guys doing?
I was looking for the any of the secret doors in either the first room that I was in. I would think it'd be the assassins. I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead and look there. All right. Okay. Yeah. You don't spot anything up there, and Nico, you don't spot anything up there either. Min, Nico will point out to you that he has detected a secret door here, but he can't. He knows there's a secret door, but he can't see any kind of mechanism.
Okay.
Sorry, I've got the baby on me for a second. I'm also going to mention it to Talon, and I'm going to try one thing real quick with that secret door. I'm going to stand next to it, pay attention to where the handle was on the other door, and I'm going to actively disbelieve that there's a wall there and try to stick my hand through to grab the doorknob.
Okay,
thinking that the wizard might be doing illusion magic.
You touch a wall, or what feels like a wall. You don't feel any kind of knob.
Wall like a very special person. And then I sit back.
After everybody's out of the room, I'm going to close the door, and I'm going to get this woman's liver to honor her, because I have lots of respect for her.
Okay. All right.
I didn't want to do it in front of them. I was trying to be courteous.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And then I'll go take care of the 1-2 lockbox.
Yeah. The Burrell, he sort of sees that look in your eye when you close the door. And Burrell steps out of the way, and then kind of Archimedes, you notice after a moment there's like a little puddle of blood that begins to ooze out underneath the door here. And then after a moment, Talon emerges, and he's tracking bloody footprints across the thing there. And now
he's grinning.
Yeah, and he's grinning. And the half-orc is laying in a pool of her own blood. Okay, so Talon goes in here to look at this. What is everybody else doing?
I go in there to look at this.
You go in there to look at that as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Talon, there is a brass chest, and it's got a lock set into it, and it's got a hasp on it with a padlock. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to check for traps this time.
Okay. Okay. Check for traps. Oh, you don't find any traps.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to open the padlock first.
Okay. Min, you said you're in here as well?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I need you guys to pay attention and put your tokens where your
I'm
characters
sorry.
are.
I thought I was over by Nico, but then I forgot.
Oh, okay, okay.
No. I forgot that there was that chest, so we would have gone in there first.
Okay,
So,
all right.
I apologize.
I kind of look back at Min and I'm like, haven't you done enough stupid things today?
What? She kind of just
blown
looks at
yourself
you like,
up twice. You might.
I didn't touch it. I'm waiting for you.
I'm just trying to say I don't know what's going to happen.
Ugh, fine. So she walks out the door.
Okay. All right. Back out the door.
More like stomps out the door like a petulant child.
Okay.
I do not know why this is rolling twice.
So, yeah, it could be because it's so... Okay. You start working on the lock. And as you start working on the lock, a greenish gas begins to billow out of the lock, and I need you to make a saving throw against poison.
Hold on, I refreshed my page to see if I could cure this double thing.
Yeah.
Quint will move out here into the hall just to kind of act as a lookout in case the Knolls come or any other visitors might stop by.
Okay.
Does this end down here, or is that...
No, that's the farthest your light has seen so far. Talon.
I'll come stand with you while they do that.
Talon.
Oh, the first one was successful.
Yeah. Save versus poison.
Yeah.
At +3. Save versus poison at a +3. So you would have even been successful with a 10. You inhale the obvious stench of chlorine gas, but you don't inhale a lot of it, and you just like hold your breath and quickly rush out of the room, and you just grab Min and pull her away, and you
and we what?
And he coughs and hacks and coughs and coughs and coughs, and
Min's over there like beating on his back. Whack, whack, whack. It's okay.
hearing him do this, I get him a wet cloth to breathe through so that the moisture helps.
Yeah.
And his first aid. If he takes damage, it'll help.
And
Why does it smell of urine?
after a few moments, the greenish gas dissipates.
Are you okay?
Aren't you glad I told you to get out of the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're no
All right.
fun.
Okay, once it dissipates, I'll go back in and work on the lock again.
Okay, and now that has happened and you have survived that, we're going to go ahead and take our break. It is, I have 14 after, so I'm going to set up the timer for 10 minutes. We will take our break. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we will see what else they find. And as viewers, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. And let us see. I'm going to change this over to...
When I change my son's dirty diaper, can I have a +3 to saves versus gases?
Unfortunately, I think you're on your own with that one. Okay,
That's
we're putting
funny.
on
Poor
Jan,
kid.
the noodling bard, as the incidental music. And I'm going to mute myself. You guys can either chat here or go over to the off-stream chat, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Right, yeah, viewers, for your benefit during this break, I'll let you know the players have gotten extremely fortunate with their saving throws this session. There are at least 3 times that multiple PCs have been influenced by a poison effect that was save or die. It's not something that deals a number of hit point damage. It's just a flat out, you make the save or you die. And even in the times where they got damage from an effect, especially with Min, she rolled well enough to save, so that meant that the damage was not enough to outright kill her. So this is second edition. This is second edition D&D, where life is cheap, and every character had better come to the session, or every player had better come to the session with at least 1, if not 2, half filled out backup character sheets.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, that guy's gone.
Nick.
DM, get back to me in 30 minutes. I'll have my character ready.
Well, that's the way Dungeon Crawl Classic is, from what I understand. The characters are just so quick to roll up, and you end up going through a lot of them before you get one that sticks.
Yeah. That was the old joke in back in the day. You would name your character Fighter 1, and you'd play Fighter 1, and if he got to 3rd level, it's like, okay, I need a name for this guy. And if, by the time you got to 3rd level, you were probably on Fighter 3. Like, okay, now I've got a guy that's got enough hit points to be survivable.
I saw a license plate this weekend that I'm like, I so want. It's HEYUGIZ.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys! Yep. I wanted that license plate so badly, and I
recognize that, but I can't remember where that's from.
Goonies.
Okay.
Guys! Sloth the junk.
So anybody else having a fun week or weekend?
I'm just happy I don't have to work for the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I've got, in order to use up the last of my vacation that I can't roll over, I'm taking Monday off. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and then I'm off until after the new year.
I work for one of those companies that tells us just take what you need.
Yeah, we the company I work for now, it's nice. The starting vacation is 4 weeks per year when you start, and then you can roll over 40 hours. So if you don't want to lose any vacation, you have to take at least 3 weeks a year. And I've found the last 2 years, the temptation is, if you're working from home, it's like, and especially last year when there was not that much you could do, you kind of forgot about taking days off. And it's like, it wasn't until somebody from HR or your boss reminded you, hey, we're getting kind of into the last quarter and you haven't used much vacation. You need to use so many days or else you're going to lose some rollover. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just be staying home anyway. Just like I've been staying home to do work for the last year. So
Yeah.
it really does.
This year was the first year we had just take what you need. Before that, we got like PTO, and I had like 6 weeks. So, and we couldn't roll over any, so I would have to take every bit of my PTO every year.
Yeah. Yeah, the company I worked for before, I had been there for a while, and I had gotten up to that company started with 2 weeks a year, and I had gotten up to, I think, 5 weeks a year by the time I left, and you had to use all of it. But then when I went to work for this company, they start you at 4 weeks a year, and I was trying to get the extra week of vacation, but it's just the work environment at my old job was so bad. It was like, okay, I'll give up that extra week because it's a much healthier place to work. So, all right, I think we're getting back to the game, so I'm going to go ahead and bring us back here, and I'm going to put us back on our exploration sound set, which was this. Let's see, it was right. Okay. Do. All right. Okay, so you guys are back, and Talon, you are going to unlock this lock.
Well, that's the hope. Unlock the lock, get myself poisoned to death, something's gonna happen, I don't know. Okay, so...
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and... Oh. Okay, yes. The padlock comes unlocked very easily. You and you pull that off, and you open the hasp, and you notice that the lock on the lock plate, that lock is now pitted and scarred, as though by a caustic gas of some kind.
Go figure.
Okay.
Is it... I'm just going to test the lid just a little bit. Does it act like that lock's actually doing something?
No, you probably think that lock was probably where the trap was located. The trap was meant to look like a lock. Okay, you flip it open, and okay.
I'll sneak in behind you.
The chest contains the chest contains remnants of books and papyrus scrolls.
Oh no!
And those look to have been destroyed by a caustic gas.
No.
Yeah, there ain't nothing in here worth of value. I don't think. I kind of poke around with my dagger.
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
Like there's nothing that can be pieced together.
Nope. It's just all like
He's
eaten away.
Oh, that's not fair.
Well, look at it this way. At least he doesn't get it either.
Yeah, but he's the one that's higher than I am, and I was hoping to get some spells.
Well, if life had been good, we would have killed him. But life's not always fair.
Okay.
Just like, no.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's the secret door?
I'll show you where the secret door is, but I also
Secret door is down here.
And I'll
All
ask if either Min or Archimedes, I think Archimedes looked, but Min, did you ever get a chance to look in the Orc's room to see if you saw any secret doors?
I think if there had been a secret door, she would have went out of it.
Unless it was.
Oh, we were also standing by the door, so I don't know if she would have done that. Because then we would have known where she went.
Well, yeah, but she would have had a chance to, maybe get away since she was invisible.
Then never mind. Don't worry about looking, I guess.
Well, I looked up there once, but I just couldn't see.
Same with me. So maybe there's nothing there. But I point out this corner, the door to the south, the wall to the south, right next to the desk. Then I step back.
Yeah. I have marked that Nico has pointed out there's a secret door there, but he can't find any kind of mechanism. He knows it's a secret door, but he can't figure out how it opens.
And that might be where the wizard left. Because
let Talon mess with it. He'll probably destroy what's ever in the inside.
Shut up.
No.
Hey.
Is Quint going to take a look at it, or is that Talon?
Talon is down there. Anybody who wants to can come over and take a look at it. Quint was watching your guys'
Go ahead,
back.
Quint, you can take a look too. I'll stand guard here.
I mean, I can't really
decipher on anything.
Yeah.
And you and I can hang out here.
Okay.
Talon.
Talon. I want to take a look at your. Okay.
I want to search where the secret door's at for traps.
Okay.
Because there's a possibility.
Okay. No.
I didn't get it.
No traps.
Barely missed it.
Give me some ideas. What do you guys want to do? There's 3 of you in the room.
Well,
Min, you know there's a secret door there. Nobody can figure out how it operates. What would you want to do to try to figure out how to open it?
What is that?
That is a torch, what they call a cresset. It's like a little... It looks like a little silver cup in a angle bracket on the wall, and a flame is coming out of it. And you notice as you look at it, that flame is producing light, but it's not producing any heat.
I'm going to put my finger in the flame.
Okay, your finger does not get burned.
I'm going to mess with the torch thing to see if it turns or moves up or down, side to side, something.
You mess with it a little bit and you pull on it, and it's hinged, and it pulls down. And when it pulls down, there is a when it pulls down, there is a grinding sound like stone. And the secret door that you guys found slides open and reveals a passage beyond.
But I thought the walls were going to start closing in. So, all right.
Okay.
Does the torch part come out?
Nope, it doesn't fully come out. It just I
wanted to take that magical wonder with me.
Okay. No, unfortunately.
Is it an illusion or is
there.
it like an actual magic flame?
It looks like a flame, and it's producing light, so it's doing something. But Talon puts his hand in it and doesn't get burned. So
that's magical. Magical fire, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Nico,
illusion.
Where you at? What you doing?
I'm right here. You want me to come over back to the room?
That's why I called you.
All right.
And you figured out the door.
Okay.
Let's go.
There's a 25-foot passageway.
Just as a question, as I walk by the closet, I look at it real quick to see if there's like a collar with a key or anything.
Nope.
Okay, because there had been a key to that chest on the closet. That would have been funny.
Okay.
You want me to go first?
That's why I called you over here.
All right, I'll keep an eye for traps, pitfalls, all that stuff that I usually do, and I'll move first in the line.
Okay. All right. So you can go ahead and make your checks.
Do you want to roll the checks for me so I don't know, and you can just tell me if so that way I don't know what my roll is?
Okay, and okay.
Doesn't make sense. You would know whether or not I'm looking, but you would know whether or not I succeeded or failed. I think I'm succeeding until I find out rudely the other way.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do. There doesn't appear to be anything of note as you move down the hall.
Okay. Are we doing the? You have a rope tied onto you, and we're going to pull you back if something happens, or what?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Until you get to the end, and then you notice
a mimic bites me for 20 points of damage.
Nope, you notice a secret door in the wall on your right, at the end of the hallway.
The character's right or the screen right?
Character's right.
Okay, so then I'll look for the.
Nope. That's the screen right.
All right, and then I look and I make sure I don't see any like pitfalls or traps, and then I step back and I mention it to Talon, so that Talon can come take a look for traps. Then I called everybody and like, hey, we should all stick together. And Grayson should be awake by now.
Yeah, Grayson has been awake. Okay,
We need the Merc leader behind somebody in case you need a shield or...
Grayson and the Merc leader can take up the rear, I guess, and be rear guards.
Okay.
All right, so Grayson...
They're strong fighters. And they need to fight anyway. Torch or something.
Yeah, mercenary leader will be here. All right, Talon, you...
I rolled.
Yeah, you don't find any traps per se, but you do find a clever mechanism. And that clever mechanism allows you to open a secret door. And you open the door to reveal a chamber. And the chamber doesn't have anybody in it. However, this chamber, this 10-foot by 30-foot room, is certainly where the magic user inhabiting the room to the north actually studied his works. Here are all manner of magical apparatus. To the north, a workbench runs about 15 feet along the wall near the door. The wall here is lined in shelves with all sorts of bins and containers. Over a small fireplace hang several kettles. A brazier, furnace, and bellows are nearby. Along the south wall is a high writing desk flanked by a pair of bookstands, each with an unopened tome. At the far end of the room are a table, a high-backed chair, and an open cabinet. Upon the table are a green cup, an iron box, a scattering of gems, several potion bottles, and a leather case. The cabinet holds 3 iron coffers, a crystal ball, a tall pointed black hat, a box of reddish wood, a long brass wand, 5 large books, and a small ceramic statuette.
When Min steps into the room, her eyes are just like, oh.
Hey, why don't you go read things and we'll see if they blow up.
Bite me.
He goes over and bites her.
She squeals. She's like, ah! And smacks him.
Okay. Archimedes, Talon, and Min.
Roll saving throw versus spell.
As you enter the room, let me see. Okay, I need my...
This is all
up.
Nico.
Reroll your characters.
You need to go first.
Okay, so...
You all just walk right into the room, and Nico's like, do you want me to go first? And then you just all walk right by me.
Right by you. Yep.
Okay, so we're going to get this, and then we're going to say that has been used, and we are going to go, okay, so that's 10, 15, 20. All right. Springing into existence right here is a globe of utter magical darkness. You guys are effectively blind.
It's okay. I
And
can just smell Talon, you know.
I am going to do this so that you all can see where you are in relation to that.
Did we hear any voice? Like, did we hear anything?
You heard Min go, ooh, and you heard Archimedes go, oh, and you heard Talon say, hey, come here. So that... Yes, you heard those voices.
Okay, but I didn't hear him cast a spell.
You couldn't hear it above your friends. If a spell was cast, you don't know if it's an effect that was triggered or a spell that was cast or something. The fact that they walked in first and then something happened probably means that a spell was cast. But you know,
or Talon didn't get the find traps or anything.
I did on the outside. I didn't look inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way.
So, hey Marcel, how are you doing?
Hello.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. Let's get. Let me go back over here to the tower. I'll grab. I'll grab Marcel's token and get him on the board here. So we have Arcturus. Copy. Yes, these guys have been busy. First I'm going to center your view so that you're not looking at a bunch of blank space. Then I'm going to put your token here. Is it this aura? Is that something that's always up, or is that something that he has to?
I don't need to control it.
Okay, all right. But the spell effects would be long gone by now. All right. So yes, you guys can fill Marcel in preferably through Discord, chat what has been happening so that you can catch him up to speed while I continue to say what happens here down in this room. All right. So down here, make me actually Archimedes and Talon. I believe you are the two. Make me a hear noise check.
Good. Noise.
Oh wow, 2 successes. Okay. You hear footsteps approaching from this wall. They are approaching you.
From what wall? I think.
Okay, pay attention. From here. From the far east wall, approaching you.
Oh, here.
Yep. Can you guys see the arrow? Oh no, you can't because I'm on. I'm sorry, my bad. Because I was on the GM layer.
Oh, that's fine. That's
okay.
fine.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. That's why that was.
So we know where the direction of the sound is coming from.
Yes. So the sound is coming this way, and it's the sound of footsteps.
And Archimedes has, as a non-proficiency, or as a, what it is, non-proficient?
Blind
fighting.
Non-weapon proficiency, or blind fighting?
Blind fighting.
Okay.
So I will take a shot of whatever's coming at.
Okay, you take a shot. You can tell that it's right here when you take a shot. So go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Hopefully it's not a friend. Let's go. Change. And is there a minus to it? Is it going to be...
you tell me. You look at your proficiency. What does your proficiency give you when you can't see? You're blind fighting. You're using that.
Gets a -2 with the weapon-related familiarity.
Okay, so if you're proficient with your weapon, then you attack with a -2.
This.
And are you using your bow?
Yeah.
Okay.
2.
AC of 1. Okay. And then you're going to make 2 shots or just 1?
Yeah, I'll make the 2.
Okay.
Again. And.
Okay. Now I have to see over here. Not that level. This level. Okay. All right. You hear one. Ow! Yeah. Gummit. Meaning that one arrow was a hit. So go ahead and roll damage for your arrow for your first shot. The second one did not hit. 7 damage. It's like, ow, swine. Just grumbles, and then actually, at that point, we are going to go ahead and let everybody roll initiative because we are now
I've started it.
New fight. Yep. So, he was just trying to get away. No need for another fight. Just take his
He picked the fight.
Stuff and get out. So that would be a. Okay. So we're gonna do. Okay, so he will make his roll. All right. Everybody else can go ahead and roll an initiative. Anybody who wants to be part of this fight. That includes Arcturus. Because you can hear... Yep, you can hear that there's trouble brewing down the hallway. So... we'll do this. And then he will roll his initiative. All right. Let's see. I have Talon, Nico, Quint, Min, Mark, Archimedes. And then we need Arcturus.
I will find it in a second.
It's on the combat tab.
And just make sure you try to click your character.
Yeah, click your character first. I mean, if you don't, we can add it. But and then it's the initiative out at the very end next to your weapon is the.
I have a question.
Click. Yeah, sure.
Does casting a spell count as attacking in this?
Depends on the spell.
Okay. Depends on if it's like a combat spell or just a.
Yeah, okay. If it's something that I do a spell that causes damage, like a fireball or like a magic missile or something like that, then yes, that would be an attack, a spell attack. If it is a spell that creates an effect, which may or may not be combat, like turning off the lights, that's not necessarily a combat spell.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was just curious about that because I was like, I've been playing 3.5 for a while, so I was just trying to remember.
Yeah. And even if somebody were invisible, if they cast a spell that made complete darkness fall on everybody, then nobody could see whether they were visible or not at that point. So yeah, so it's like effectively they would still be invisible. Even if for some reason the invisibility effect were no longer gone. Okay, so Arcturus with a 12. Wonderful. So we're going to put it in ascending order. And that means Burrell will go first. Burrell looks down the hallway and sees impenetrable darkness there. And he says, all right, something may be trying to escape. I'm going to guard this door. And he pulls out his sword, gets his shield ready, and he just sort of stands there because he knows he has nothing for impenetrable darkness. And then, Min, you are up. What would you like to do?
Do I need to roll anything to be able to see if I can hear anything? Or was that just automatic?
That's in this edition, that is a class ability. So, okay. Yeah, with all the people pulling their weapons out and shuffling around, it's too much ambient noise for you to hear anything.
Okay, so I am going to
Basically
put-
blinded right now, yeah. So you just, if you want to go anywhere, you're going to roll a die to find out where you go.
Okay. I was going to try to. You know what? Screw it. I am going to. I am going to cast web and fill this entire room.
Fill the entire room with webs. Okay.
I realize that would get us,
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Like it. Okay. Can you click the little
I
roll
can.
effect button? Click the roll effect button so that it shows up and reminds everybody what the webs do. Okay, so it covers maximum area of 8 10 by 10 foot cubes. Oh yeah, at least 10 feet thick, so a mass of 40 feet. Oh yeah. Creatures caught between the webs or simply touching them become stuck among the gluey fibers. Anyone in the area when it's got must roll a saving throw versus spells with a -2 penalty. Okay, so Min, Archimedes, Talon, and Bad Guy have to roll spells. Saving throw versus spells. So that
at a -2.
Yes. So his info, his saving throw versus spells. At a -2. Okay, well, it didn't capture the -2, but he still failed. Yes, there is. All right, so you hear, "Confound it!" from a voice that sounded like the wizard you had been fighting. Talon, what was your saving throw? Okay, that was a failure. Archimedes, your saving throw was a failure. Min, your saving throw was a failure. All right, Nico, you're not in the room, so you don't need to worry about that. But you do hear... you do hear a sound, Talon and Archimedes and Min. You do hear a sound like a little whoosh that sounds like something catching on fire.
Oh, I've heard that once before.
Yes, and you all did hear that up in the room.
You might need new set of clothes again.
So then the next thing that happens, Min, you can't go anywhere because you're stuck by your own spell. You hear burns, it burns. And let's see, let's go up here. How much damage is he taking? He takes 2d4 damage. Takes 2d4 damage. So this is just going to be one roll for everybody on his turn because he's the first one. And that's 5 points of damage.
But he takes 5 points.
He takes 5 points. And Talon takes 5 points, and Min takes 5 points, and Archimedes takes 5 points.
Min just cackles maniacally.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, man.
concentration or whatever it would take to get rid of the spell?
In this round, it's a set it and forget it spell.
Second edition is less concentration spells.
Yeah. So it because it's a single point and it doesn't move. So once you fire out, it just is there until somebody dispels it or until the duration runs out. So he, let's see. I gotta look at this again. And how long does it take to burn through? Is it just one round?
Yeah, it's one round. It's like a poor person.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, but that's his turn. That's all he can do is take damage and try to put himself out on his turn. Quint, you are up. You hear the sound of people, several people screaming from fire and men laughing maniacally ahead from the darkness. So you don't know if maybe she cast the darkness and now she's murdering your party members.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Min's up to something. I don't know what. At this point, charging into the darkness, not knowing what's there, doesn't sound like a good idea. So I think Byrne had the right idea. I'm just gonna get my, or Burrell had the right idea. Get my swords ready and just kind of guard this door in case there is somebody down there and they do manage to get by the other four, then maybe I can stop them here.
Okay, Talon. Fire races over you, and it burns. But now you're free of the flames, and you can move. So, what would you like to do? Talon?
Did we lose him?
Casca? Looks like you're trying to talk, but we can't hear you. Nope, we can't hear you, Casca. Make sure you didn't move your microphone up, or...
I bumped a button, maybe?
Okay, alright, there you go. Now
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, did I hear where the wizardling, other than men, sound came from?
right in front of you, immediately.
Well, I am gonna try to strike with my sword in that area. I know I get a -4, but
yeah.
And I'm using the magical sword.
Okay.
I don't know what the magic is, but I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Swish. It's not that magical. I'll put it that way. It's not that magical.
No, I knew that.
Be like, damn, that was that's a really good sword. Okay, so yeah, swing and a miss. All right. Anything else?
Well, no, because I want him to have to brush past me if he gonna come through.
Arcturus, you hear the sound of people. Did they catch you up on what was going on?
Nope.
Okay, all right. I was hoping they would do that in the chat while everybody else is taking their turns. All right, you guys are down here in a tunnel. You fought a thief, but you killed. You fought a wizard who ran away. You killed his familiar. You found a couple of secret doors And following those secret doors, hey, looks like you found the wizard. And then there were people that got affected by darkness. Men filled an area with webs, and they were set on fire by an open flame in that area.
Yes.
Yep. And so there you are. Several of your party members are in complete darkness. You're out here in this room where the wizard was. Burrell and Quint are both just kind of ready, because if anybody's trying to escape, they're going to have to come through that way. What would you like to do?
I would like to go before Quint. Yeah, if I can. Can I go past Quint?
Yeah, you can squeeze past Quint in that area, and you can get right up to the edge of that darkness. Now,
Or is that the edge?
oh, okay, yeah. This square you're in light. If you move to this square, you will be in darkness.
Stay in the light. 1 feet away
Yeah.
from the darkness.
Yeah,
With my
and
shield up.
okay, yeah, and if you stick your head in that darkness, it is just complete darkness. You can hear Nico's heavy breathing, but other than that, you can't see a darn thing.
Yeah, I would rather not to hit with my sword in there.
Okay, all right. So now it's looking.
I wait.
Yep, it's looking most unlikely that anybody's going to sneak out of here. Nico, what would you like to do?
Nico remembers there was that magical flame thing outside in the main room on a sconce or something, and that reminded me of continual light. So maybe it's a fancy version of continual light. So I'm going to come out here, grab the base of it, and try to rip it or break it off the wall and carry it back in.
Okay,
Because if that's a continual light spell of some sort, that'll negate the darkness.
Make me a strength check.
All right, going to my attributes. Going to strength. I'm doing pretty well with that.
Okay. Yeah, now, strength check, do you need to get, no. You gotta get under, right? So,
And that's
so you haul at it, and you just pull it down, and it partly breaks. So now that hinge mechanism is ruined, but it's still attached to the wall. You now have to try to pull it out, and that's going to either take somebody helping you or take at least another round of working. So you can call
your turn, or can I yell for someone? I'll just say, "Hey, somebody helping me with this."
Yeah, you can do that.
And I got to part way, so either Quint or Arcturus or someone like either Grayson or Burrell could come over and help me finish ripping it off, so I can carry it forward.
Sure.
Surely try if you can.
Okay. Archimedes. That voice that was screaming from the fire and complaining about the webs sounds like it's coming from right in front of Talon.
Ooh.
So it's like right there next to you. I think the last weapon you had out was a ranged weapon.
Right.
Probably be easier to hit them with a melee weapon.
Right. Yeah. So I would use the +1 sword.
Okay. And again, it's darkness, so just minus or invisibility effectively. So -4 to hit.
I thought Archimedes had the blind fighting. Or was that somebody else?
Oh, no, that's right.
He does.
That is, so it's -2, right? That's what we.
Right. It's a -2, but then it's the +1 sword. So is that a -1?
It's -1, yes.
Okay.
And if you got the elf bonus with long swords, you might have even less than that.
I didn't see any of that, but
Armor class of 2. your sword bites into flesh, and you hear "Ow!" Go ahead and roll damage.
Right. Stick you.
8. Oh. And it's like
Lunge forward.
this voice cries out. It says, "Mistress, help me, mistress!" And anything else, Archimedes? You just
no,
one attack, right?
I just get one attack with the sword, so I just keep on. If I feel like, ooh, that's where I'm gonna stick again.
Okay, yeah, Talon. Obviously, you could hear that right in front of you, so you know that's where that guy is. Burrell will heed Nico's call, and will come over here, and will lend his aid. And he is going to make a strength check. All right, so he needs to do this. And he tugs at it and pulls at it and pulls at it, and he starts twisting it, and he finally twists the last bit of the thing off of the wall, and he just holds it out and hands it to you, Nico. And indeed, it's a cup that looks like it would normally be a cup that's filled with oil, but nothing is sloshing around in it, and this flame is just dancing above it, and it is indeed a magical flame. There's no heat from it, but it's radiating light like a torch.
I figured a wizard would be pretentious enough to have magical light sources.
Yep. All right, so that is him. Min.
Mm-hmm.
The lights are still out.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to go in some direction.
Okay, roll a 1d8.
Okay. So, roll 1d8. Did I do that right? Yes.
1. You go straight north and smack right into a wall. Oh.
Crap.
Well, you know not to go that way.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, I'm like flailing my arms out trying to find someone. Do I at least bump into Archimedes when I'm trying to?
If you're just sort of groping around in the darkness, eventually you'll your arms will hit somebody, and Archimedes, you can feel Min, just kind of like
her hand hits your face, and then she kind of touches your shoulder, and then she like grabs your chest and gives it a squeeze, and then keeps right on going.
Keep going. Yeah, keep going the other way. Yep. Go.
Yeah. All right. So
she'll say, "Were you in front of me or behind me?"
I was just to your opposite left, right side. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, at this point in time, she's not going to move other than she'd already bounced into the wall, so...
Okay. Then... the next thing is our wizard. And a wizard is... Let's see, what does he have that is going to be any good. Oh, yes, he will cast this. He will cast this, but he's in magical darkness. So he has to roll 1d8. See which direction he goes.
Hey, that's on him.
Hey, yeah. Okay, so
If my sword is out, does he have a chance to run into the sword?
no. One is north, 5 is south. And it goes clockwise. So 7. Okay. He casts a spell. And the spell he casts is this. It's empowered to leap once per round for the duration of the spell. Leaps can be up to 30 feet forward or straight upward or 10 feet backward. Horizontal leaps forward have only a slight arc, about 2 feet or so. Jump spell does not ensure safety in landing or grasping at the end of the leap. So, he attempts to leap, and he clatters right into Archimedes. Like, damn it! So he runs into you. Yeah, and you can feel liquid, which is probably blood, getting on you, Archimedes. Quint, you are up.
Nico seems like he's got a plan and is doing something, so right now I'm just gonna get out of his way.
Okay. All right. Talon. The presence that in front of you now seems to have run into Archimedes, so it's probably over there in front of him.
Yeah, I would give direction. I just had somebody. I hope that wasn't you guys, but somebody right in front of me now.
Okay, so great. I am going to. I'm going to step towards. Since I know where he was, I'm going to step forward towards where he was.
Okay, make me a D4. I'm gonna reduce the randomness, but I'm still gonna make you kind of roll. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. All right, you think you are stepping forward, but you clatter into a wall.
Oh, okay.
So you just like basically your arc was like from this way down to this way, and you with your 4 you ran into the wall. So
I hate wizards.
Yeah. So you realize, that's not right, but that was just a move. If you want to try to attack, you can still attack with the normal. If you take the normal -4, I'm going to say that unless you roll a nat 1, you don't have a chance of hitting your allies.
Okay, well, let's pray in nat 1.
I think the -4 penalty is enough to offset, and it's only then on a nat 1 that you would be liable to hit. AC of 1. AC of 1, and that includes your.
I got a nat 20.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you have the proficiency? Because I'm only seeing a -2, or do you have that? Because
okay, I thought I hit 4, but I may have hit 2. I don't know. No,
okay,
I do not have
so it's a 3. It's a 3, and 3 is exactly what you need.
Okay.
So 6 damage. And this sound goes. Miss Chris, help me. Hey.
You might need to adjust the damage because that's that magical short sword, correct?
Yep.
Oh, did you put a plus one?
No, I didn't put a plus one because I don't know it's a plus one. So.
Oh. Talon. Talon.
Yes.
How would you like to kill this wizard? He had 7 hit points, and with a plus 1 weapon, you did exactly 7 hit points.
I just open up his stomach, and his insides just fall out.
Ew.
Okay. It's like, oh, best friend has cursed them. Oh, and you hear this thump on the floor. And the wizard is dead. Okay. All right, we are going to fast forward through the next. What was the
10 level? But if that light of mine works, then I can bring it in there, and it'll have the area around me lit up.
Yep. Well, it is not permanent. It's a 15-foot darkness, so after I think 20 minutes or so it goes away. So 20 minutes have passed and we are back to the exploration. So we are out of combat. What would you like to do? The lights are back on.
Now, do we venture into this room and hope that nothing blows up, Min?
Do you want me to check it?
Talon walks over to Min and smacks her on the hand and says, "Bad."
A 4.
Yeah, I don't think that spider web was all that real great, but it was good.
Well,
it was all right. It
didn't keep it. It kept him from going somewhere. And it hurt him when it caught fire. I mean, granted, it hurt us too, but, you know, at least we could tell where he was at.
This is true.
So,
She's making a compelling argument.
You're really, really soft.
Yeah.
Marcel.
Yeah. See if there's anything you can do on your end to adjust your volume.
A little.
Marginally. I'm going to go ahead and do.
If anything, Galibon, I'll probably, since that has taken course, I'll probably step all the way back out here and let the others do the investigating and finding out what's inside.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and go up here. Hey, Katie in LA. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's see. I'm going to put. Wait, what am I looking for? I'm looking for this.
That's after a high five to Talon for getting this guy.
And bring you up like this. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So you're in the room. You're investigating. What would you like to do?
I would like to, first of all.
Oh, you want to know what? You want to know a description of the room? Well, you've heard a description of the room.
Sort of.
Okay. There's all manner of magical apparatus in this room. To the north, a workbench runs about 15 feet along the wall near the door. The wall here is lined in shelves with all sorts of bins and containers. Over a small fireplace hang several kettles, a brazier, furnace, and bellows are nearby. Along the south wall is a high writing desk, flanked by a pair of bookstands, each with an unopened tome. At the far end of the room are a table, high-backed chair, and an open cabinet. Upon the table are a green cup, an iron box, a scattering of gems, several potion bottles, and a leather case. The cabinet holds 3 iron coffers, a crystal ball, a tall pointed black hat, a box of reddish wood, a long brass wand, 5 large books, and a small ceramic statue.
Okay, so I am going to check the wizard for keys to see if he's got any that might open anything.
Okay, let me see if any of those things have locks on them. Okay,
For a cheat sheet.
well, you do find a pouch, and the pouch has a 2 fairly large gems in it. Very fancy looking large gems. Okay, is this thing locked? This thing is not locked. Okay. There don't appear to be any there don't appear to be any. Oh, wait. Yes. Okay. There is a tiny key that the wizard has on him, but none of the boxes that you immediately see appear to have locks on them. It looks like a small key that would go to something.
Probably to the chest that everything disintegrated in.
Looking at it, no. It's probably too small for that.
Okay.
That was a big padlock.
Okay. Okay, so she basically looks at Nico and then kind of goes, well, help me start kind of looking through stuff a little bit if you can. I'll go for the pretty easy stuff first, which is like the gems and small things that shouldn't have fire spells put on them, because this is his inner sanctuary.
Do you want to step back and I'll just walk around once?
Okay. So I go stand in the doorway.
And I'll walk around and look around.
Okay, Nico, you get... I'm going to move you. You get to there. I don't think you're still under an effect of any spell, are you? I don't know why we have that thing on you.
The aid one lasts about 10 minutes, but the protection fire one only lasted 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I think those would probably be... You get to about here. And when you get here, you start to feel a little... I do want to say that
I'm using my shield pretty well, because I know I'm going to get hit in the face with something. So
okay. You start to feel queasy. And it's not a queasy like you are feeling physically ill. It's a queasy like you are approaching the presence of something that is incredibly evil.
The statuette. I already in chat mentioned that I want to destroy the statuette. I'll cast protection from evil on myself.
Protection from evil. All right. What statue?
The statuette. You specifically mentioned the statuette.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. It's not.
It's towards the very end of the description.
Okay. A small ceramic statuette. A small ceramic statuette. So let us see. Let me double check and see.
And he was calling out to his mistress, so I assume he's got that evil B-word goddess, demon, whatever she is, that had the mural on the wall in Lareth's little bedroom.
Okay. Okay, come on. What does it say the statuette is? Good God Almighty. Okay. No. The frog. The frog is or the statuette looks like a frog with its tongue extended, and sitting on the end of its tongue is an ebony fly. Which appears to be also carved in ceramic. So the statuette is not of any kind of obvious goddess. To the best that you can tell, the evil seems to be radiating from this desk.
Well, I've got the protection on, and I linked it in for you, and I'll go over and examine the desk.
Okay, you get closer, and yes, it's definitely concentrated towards this end of this desk.
Do I see any sliding doors or anything?
No, but you see an iron box sitting on the desk.
Did it have a lock on it or anything?
It does not have a lock on it.
I'm about to do something potentially foolish. Everybody back up, except Arturus, be right around the corner.
Okay.
Okay. Boop.
Okay. What are you about to do?
Probably open the box and looking to see if anything else is useful. I'm not going to use my hand, though. I'm going to use my battle axe to use the edge of it to lift up the box so I can see what's inside of it.
You reach your battle axe. Hang on. You reach your battle axe out, and as your battle axe gets close to that box, a grip that you can only describe as the fingers of Clangadin himself grabs your forearm and forces your arm down, and a voice says, "No!" And you really don't want to touch that box.
So yeah, we're not touching
You really don't want to touch that box.
But I feel like it was actually a favor by my God telling me not to do that.
Come on, do it.
You feel like you would be incapable of touching that. You couldn't handle that box, you couldn't pick it up, you couldn't open it. You just And the best way Nico can interpret that is the presence of Clangadin shunning it away. It's not a fear effect, it's more of a revulsion effect. Oh, that is bad juju. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because I don't want to just leave it here either. I wanted to destroy it somehow.
Okay. So what are you saying to the rest of your party, if anything?
Let me walk back a little bit and explain, hey, everybody, there's an extremely evil and somehow powerful box over here that we should have nothing to do with. But I don't know that we want to just leave it here for something evil to come by and open it or touch it or do anything to it. Clangadin spoke to me through his actions and stopped me from potentially making a dangerous mistake.
Well, he stopped you from opening it, right?
From touching it.
Well, Maybe I don't know. Maybe you need somebody that's not so good to touch it.
So,
Kill any of my friends who get possessed by an evil demon.
Talon.
Okay, Talon. I'm gonna
Stay
go around to
deliver.
everybody. Talon, anything you would like to do?
I'm gonna go look at the box. I'm not gonna touch it, but I'm just gonna look at it.
Okay. You go down and you look at this box. Everybody else be thinking what you want to do, so when I call on you, you can tell me. This box is a black iron box. And it appears to be about 6 inches long, about 4 inches or 5 inches high, and about 4 inches deep. And it just has a hinged lid, and this is a dark black iron that this box is made from.
Well, I have an idea, but I don't know. He stopped you from touching it with your. Do I feel anything? I'm neutral, by the way. So
you do not feel any sort of revulsion towards this box. It, in some ways, it's like you kind of look at him. It's like, this seems like an unremarkable box. It's small, but he's like acting like there's something really evil with this box. Now, that would probably then go to how much do you trust Nico from the time you've adventured with him. He keeps talking about this god climate and
this craziness about some creature that doesn't exist. Well, here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to take out one of my sacks.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
You're doing that. Arcturus, you walk into the room. From where you are, you get a strong sense of revulsion that is coming from that desk. Nico has said that the black iron box that Talon is looking at is evil. Yeah, you feel the waves of evil coming off of it. You don't want to get too much closer than what you are right now. It's like, yeah, that's some powerful bad stuff. Yeah, the closer you get, the stronger that get. Okay, actually, Arcturus, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution check before you can get that close, because you are a paladin. Okay. Yeah, you can step up there, but you're starting to feel clammy and sweaty. Nico, you look at Arcturus, and Arcturus is looking like really uncomfortable. You know, paladins of the faith don't often look really uncomfortable. It looks like he's got the discomfort like there's scorpions crawling inside his armor. That kind of just, it's like his skin is crawling. Yeah, beads of sweat, all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Talon is over there just looking at the box and giving you a look like, what's the big deal? So two of you Nico, let me just double check.
And I'm gonna tourist to hey, back up. Like, help me drag the body of the wizard out of here real quick, and we'll push the wizard body to the tunnel. Min, you might want to drag him back to the room and check him for any rings or items.
What, this guy?
Yeah. Get that
Okay.
body up. So, like, if there's a
So
spirit
I'll-
that possess the body.
Okay, so here, I'll drag it out there for you. Okay,
Okay.
so you guys, some combination of people drag the wizard out there. All right, now back in here, I need to look at Nico
With a
real
trail
quickly.
of entrails all the way back.
Well, I
Oh,
don't step back a little bit so he doesn't get sick from the evil. And go get
Yeah.
one of the other chests that was
Nico,
like
what's your alignment? I'm trying to figure out where that
chaotic
is on-
bread.
Chaotic good. Yes. Okay. All right. There we go. And I'm presuming that's in alignment with your deities. So Arcturus
Correct.
would probably be the same. I
Yeah,
mean,
he would have to follow the precepts of
yes.
but
Yeah.
we're chaotic good battle. The battlefield is tumultuous
Right.
and lawful.
Tumultuous and chaos. Exactly. So yes. Yep. Yes.
Yep.
You both are feeling exactly as I described. You get strong evil. You don't want to be closer to that box, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Talon. So you're not sure what that means.
Nico, I wait in this room until you also go out. I will not go closer to that chest, but I will not
Yeah,
go out.
stand at the door. I'm protected by our god's power right now for a few minutes.
I
Okay.
just stand right here with my sword drawn.
Yep.
This is where we need a whole
Shield.
sword.
All right, so we have those guys. Archimedes and Quint, what are you all doing?
I'm egging Quint to go down there too to find out if he's all queasy.
I mean, from what Quint knows and has heard, it sounds like it's a bunch of magic stuff that he's not really that interested in. I mean, he can help Min drag the body out, and if she wants to search it,
Okay.
or do that.
Archimedes, do you go into the room?
I certainly do.
Okay, go on into the room. And you, Archimedes, you are a bard. And bards, I believe, have an ability. And Talon, you may have this ability as a rogue as well. So let me take a look at your rogue abilities.
I think the rogue will probably have it better, but
I doubt it. My legend lore is not good at all.
yes,
Yeah,
I don't
what-
have it at all.
Oh, wait. You don't have it at all because you haven't gotten it yet? Or because shouldn't you, as a bard, shouldn't you get that? Did you forget to add it to your sheet? Let's take a look. You should have, as a bard, that's kind of the bard's bread and butter. As there should
If we're
be
going with the books,
Legend lore. Where is that? Son of a biscuit eater. Okay, let's do Legend lore. Okay, that's the spell. All right. Okay. Ah, son of a biscuit.
He gets all they show for bard abilities is climb walls, detect noise, pickpockets, read languages.
And I also
Really?
point out to them the ebony fly on the frog.
Yeah. That's weird. Okay, so I guess you don't get it.
I don't know where this legend lore came from because it's not on one of the thieving abilities either.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is.
That might be under the different book, or let me see.
Okay.
Player.
All right. Well, Archimedes, you see that iron box, and you're like, really? You guys are been out of shape over that iron. It just looks like a plain black iron box. And Talon kind of looks at you and shrugs his shoulders. Yeah, okay. Two of you don't have any revulsion.
We ain't
to
feeling
it, at all.
it, right? Not feeling it, right?
No, you're not feeling.
Feeling it.
No, they're cuckoo. I don't know what's wrong with this.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Nico points out the statuette of the frog with a little
bard
ebony
item
fly.
is it's in the last section right before multi-class. It says, finally, bards learn a little bit of everything in their studies and travels. Thus, all bards can read and write their native tongue if written, and also know local history without blah, blah, blah. Furthermore, bards have a 5% chance per experience level to identify the general purpose and function of any magical item.
Okay. So what level are you, Archimedes? Are you third or fourth?
Yeah. Fourth.
Fourth? So 20%. And let me take a look here. That's the end of the bard ability or the end of the bard section?
Yeah, it was the end of the bard section right before the multi-class section.
Okay, I found it also in the player's handbook. The legend and lore bard has something about a language, legendary person, place, or thing, or knowing what particular magic item is. The latter ability is limited to weapons, armors, potions, scrolls, and other items of magical nature.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead.
Okay. That one part, and then. So this is at 20%?
20%. Nah.
I getting anything.
Looks like an iron. Just looks like an iron box to you.
I getting anything. I'm with Talon.
And yeah, Talon, that is a bard thing, so I would go ahead and get rid of the legend lore because you're not a bard. Zero that out.
It's zeroed out anyway. I didn't have any.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So there's that box.
I'm going to try something.
Okay.
Do we not want to open it for fear of Pandora's box kind of thing, or do we just want to keep it between us?
See magic.
Yeah, and I made my power number so I can determine what kind of effect or identify it, more or less.
Okay.
Okay, yes, you're right on your power score. Type of enchantment on an item or area. Okay. You look at that and you're used to looking at things and seeing red auras, various shades of red. This is a bright violet aura. This is an aura on a power level that you have never seen before. And the magic that comes from this is, I have to go to one of the appendices. Okay. The magic radiates intense evil. There's also incredibly powerful elemental magic that comes from this, as well as death magic that comes from this.
Yeah, I'm thinking we don't want to touch this.
I'm fully on board.
I kind of tell them what I see, like, this is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. All right. And this word filters out, eventually will filter out to everybody. So I would like Nico and Talon and Min to all roll me intelligence checks. I know we're running a little bit long, but we're going to wrap up pretty soon.
Is it intelligence, or is there any chance there's a wisdom involved for clerical relation to it?
Yeah. So wisdom. Min gets it. Talon gets it. And Nico gets it. Yes. When he describes a violet aura, you remember, each of you remembers in, learning about the way you see auras. You learned about a scale. The scale goes red, orange, yellow, blue, green, indigo, and violet. And red being the weakest magical auras, violet being the most powerful magical auras. And when Talon says that this is radiating the brightest violet he has ever seen, it's like this is both, it's so evil it's making Talon go, yeah, we don't want to touch this. And it's incredibly powerful as well. Something that, anything that's in there, it can't be very big, but extremely bad juju. Talon, as you turn around, there are 5 books in this cabinet. All 5 of those radiate magic. And there's something weird about that cabinet itself. There's some part of that cabinet that's radiating magic. And then there's one more thing, and we will close with this. There's one more thing, Talon, that comes to your mind when you see this item and see this aura. Words come to you, and almost unbidden, as if you can't help yourself, you just speak these words out loud. And they don't have the sound of any words of power. They just have the sound of something that goes along with this item. And the words say this: the two united in the past, a place to build and spells to cast. Their power grew and took the land and people round as they planned. A key without a lock they made, of gold and gems, and overlaid with spells, a tool for men to wield, to force the powers of good to yield. But armies came, their weapons bared, while evil was yet unprepared. The heart was followed by the crowns, and moon, and people of the towns. The two were split, one got away, but she, when came the judgment day, did break the key and sent the rocks to boxes 4 with magic locks. In doing so, she fell behind as he escaped. She was confined among her own. Her very lair became her prison and despair. The place was ruined, torn apart, and left with chains about the heart of evil power, but the key was never found in the debris. He knows not where she dwells today. She set the minion's path, the way to lift her temple high again, with tools of flesh, with mortal men. Many now have gone to die in water, flame, in earth or sky. They did not bear the key of old, that must be found, the orb of gold. Beware, my friend, for you shall fall, unless you have the wherewithal to find and search the boxes 4, and then escape forevermore. But with the key you might succeed in throwing down her power and greed. Destroy the key when you are done, and then rejoice, your battle won.
Little
And
wordy
as he recites those words, all of you kind of just your eyes are just drawn to that box. Whether it makes you feel revulsion or not, something about those words goes with that box. All right, everybody, that's where we're going to leave it tonight. I am going to put in the treasure and loot the stuff that you found. There's a few things that you might have to yet figure out how to get at, so I'm not going to put those there, but I will put all the stuff that is easily accessible and that you can find either on the bodies, in the rooms, or whatnot. And I will just make a note of the iron box of unspeakable evil that you discovered on the desk, and then when we start next time, you'll have to figure out what that is. And speaking of next time, a week from today is Christmas Day, so we will not be playing on Christmas Day. A few weeks ago, I asked you guys to start thinking about New Year's Day. I'm probably going to lean to not playing on New Year's Day because of the bowl games that are on that day. So I think we will not play on New Year's Day.
There's a high chance I won't be in town anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So no game next week, no game New Year's Day, but we will be back on the 8th of January. And I'll remind everybody, and I'll put it in a Roll20 schedule the next game on the 8th. So with that, I want to wish you guys, you players, a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you have a wonderful, safe, and happy holiday season. And then Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you celebrate safely and successfully. Hope everybody has a fun New Year. And if your teams are involved in the games, I hope they win as long as they're not playing against my team. So that is, which I don't think there's much chance of that because I think I'm the only person in Florida. And so it's an in-state bowl game. So I don't think we will. It's likely that we have any buddy rooting for the other team. All right. Anything going on that any of you want to let people know about between now and the 8th of January?
Wow. Everybody
Okay.
at once.
All right. There will be a Monster Monday like usual on Monday. And I have some time off during the holidays. I am off from Christmas Eve until after the New Year.
On
Actually,
the 3rd, are you going to have, or no?
Huh?
On the 3rd, are you going to have a Monster Monday, or?
Yes, I will. I'll have, the Mondays aren't going to be affected. I'll
Okay.
be having the Monday streams. I will be probably doing some special streams for a couple of reasons. One stream I'll be doing, I think, over the holidays. I haven't decided exactly when. I will be going through and building some monsters for my Sunday game. And the reason I say building monsters is that they are monsters that come out of the Arabian Nights Magic the Gathering set. They are based on 2nd edition D&D monsters. And I have taken every science and devotion from the Complete Science Handbook from 2nd edition D&D, and I have converted those to a 5th edition equivalent, basically. So I've simplified the psionic system, and I'm just going to go through and build some of those on stream, more or less to show people kind of the way I have reimagined 2nd edition psionics in a 5th edition campaign. So it's sort of that. It'll be of marginal use for any of the players in the Sunday game because, okay, I see that monster, but they still have no idea when they're gonna run into it, and they'll probably forget what the powers are by the time they face it. So it's not like it's going to help them out very much to know what's coming. But just that's something that might be of use or interest to other DMs. So I'll probably run that. And then I may do some other sorts of things, live streams, but no game for the next 2 Saturdays. And I honestly don't know about the day after Christmas and the day after New Year's. I have to talk to my Sunday players tomorrow on that. So Sunday game tomorrow. The Monday game probably will be doing the Thursday game on the 23rd. And then, depending on how many people are traveling during the holidays, may or may not do it between Christmas and New Year's. So, and that's that.
Well,
all right.
Everybody have some happy holidays, and I will see you guys at the beginning of the new year.
Yes.
I gotta take off because I'm falling asleep. But
okay.
I wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and can't wait to see you guys at the beginning of the new year.
Yes.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye. And the rest of the players and viewers, I'm going to try to find somebody who is running some D&D on Twitch, and we'll go see if we can raid them.
And you guys have a nice one. Thank you. Great game.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
Man.
Again.
Yeah. Marcel, so glad you were able to join us again. I know the last few weeks have been a real challenge.
Exams. So many exams.
Everything going better now?
Yeah. Except for that I have a headache for the last 2 days. I had a headache.
Ugh. Sorry to hear that.
Coming down with something.
Well, hope it is not too bad.
Okay, good.
We are going to raid Wormet. And looks like they're getting ready to play Rime of the Frost Maiden over there. So, everyone have a great night, and we will talk to you soon.